The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via Amazon, DHL, FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service, and of course that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is weekly purchases, and normally we would talk the toy news of the week, but we're not doing it. We're doing something different on weekly purchases this week. If for some of you longtime viewers, you remember last year we delayed weekly purchases to Sunday because of Hasbro PulseCon. Of course, Friday announcements, which I've already seen, and then of course Saturday announcements, which I have not seen yet because I am filming this Friday evening. So this year I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do the traditional weekly purchases as far as what I picked up this week as a separate video. And then Saturday night I will have out a video that recaps the whole Hasbro PulseCon of all the Star Wars stuff, G.I. Joe stuff, Marvel Legends. I don't know about Power Rangers and Fortnite, but the usual suspects. We'll talk about that stuff. So we'll have a separate weekly purchases toy news video. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. You don't want to miss that video when it does drop. But we're just going to talk weekly purchases and a little bit of a recap of the week that was, album of the week, that kind of stuff here on weekly purchases this week. So without further ado, let's recap the channel here, what was going on in the channel this week. And I don't think there's ever been a busier time if you are a wrestling figure collector. We've gotten so many figures over the last 2 weeks. You've seen it on the channel. I have multiple wrestling videos every single day. I think I have enough videos. If you're a Patreon member, you're swimming in videos. YouTube, you're swimming in videos. There's a lot of stuff to come as well. So be ready for it. It is truly what a time to be alive moment. And if you're a Patreon member, you always get all these videos much, much earlier than traditional YouTube. Like the whole AEW Unmatched Series 5 has been up on YouTube for a day plus at this point. It's going to take about a week to get through it on the channel. So pays to be a Patreon member. That's all I can say. And we're going to talk Patreon giveaways here in a little bit. But let's recap the week that was. We finished up WWE Mattel Elite Series 97 on the channel. We started in on the Top Picks 2023. We'll finish that this week here on the channel. Of course, we do our weekly Jakks Classic Superstars video every single Tuesday for well over 2 years now. We've talked Jakks Classic Superstars every single Tuesday. So make sure you're checking those videos out. There's a lot of good knowledge in there, a lot of good figures that maybe not everybody knows about in this day and age for sure. And then we did a top 5 this week. Of course, that's another Thursday tradition. We did our top 5 Nikolai Volkov figures of all time. A deeper cut, but a worthwhile cut. A lot of people I knew would be surprised that Nikolai has well over 5 figures as well. We did the top 5 Nikolai Volkov. I talked about AEW Unmatched Series 5. We're right in the heart of that right now. Check out those reviews on the channel. We dived into a little Spawn action as I did get the GameStop exclusive Gunslinger Spawn. So we unboxed that one. Of course, that does come with a horse. Big deluxe packaging. Very, very cool. And don't sleep on that set. Check that one out as well. Neca Defenders, I finally got a magician and I pulled the rabbit out of my hat if you saw that video. Neca Defenders, Mandrake, Lothar, we unboxed those here on the channel. A very controversial one here on the channel. A lot of people didn't like my justification of the price points. I was wearing my business hat as we did the unboxing, but the He-Man 40th Anniversary box set from Mattel Creations, a lot of people don't like that price point. I don't like it either, but I tried to justify it as we went through packaging, what we got, all that, trying to farm a price point that I felt was reasonable in this day and age. And a lot of people did not like my price point, but that's the way it goes. Everybody's got to justify things to themselves, as I always say. But a very good pack, better than expected. I will put it at that, so check that one out. We did a Star Wars unboxing, a little Rogue One clearance game special. I know not a lot of you guys like my Star Wars unboxings, but I enjoy it, so I did put that up there. Secret of the Ooze, Ninja Turtles, the both 2-packs from the NECA franchise, of course. We did both of those this week. Fire Lord, Marvel Legends, fan channel exclusive. We checked that one out. Of course, we did our weekly figure hunt video. This week, I actually went to a toy show, and I got some screaming deals at that toy show. Of course, you also saw the action figure hunt of the week, so check all that fun stuff out. And then we finished up as well this week, Ultimate Editions, the latest ones. We got Brock Lesnar and the Ultimate Warrior. It's always special whenever the Ultimate Warrior comes here at the table. Of course, a lot of wrestling, as I just recapped there, and you can always go to Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. truly get ahead of the curve, as all this stuff is on ringside right now. It takes forever for the stores to get this stuff in this day and age, so why not get after it as early as you possibly can? And that's what I'm going to say right there. So, interesting week on the channel. There's a lot of content to come next week on the channel. Figure hunting should be interesting next week. I am headed up to South Dakota for work for a few days. There's no rest for the wicked. There is no sleep for Kyle either. So I am headed to South Dakota, headed to the old country. Of course, I lived in Brandon, South Dakota as a little kid, so they'll probably welcome me with open arms, I'm sure. They'll unveil a statue maybe when I'm up there. But I will be seeing Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is up there. I got to see Iron Maiden. If they're in town, I'm in town. Oh, it's a match made in heaven. Got to go to the Iron Maiden show. I know probably some of you guys have seen Iron Maiden on this United States run. I'm always excited. This will be like the 10th or 11th time I've seen Iron Maiden, but it always is a great show. Never disappoints. Always a beautiful stage show. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I got some travels to Wisconsin a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to Kansas City for a week. Chicago, I'll be in Chicago for a couple of days. Hopefully I have some time to do stuff. It's going to be pretty hardcore year-end meetings out there in Chicago, but I'll be in Chicago for a while. So I got a lot of travels, which is always fun. At least I usually see some stores I've never seen, and that's always exciting for me. Maybe you as well if you're a hardcore figure hunter like myself. But so we're not going to go over the toy news. Like I said, we're going to do that tomorrow's video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for that one. But we're going to dive in to the weekly purchases. But before that, let's take a look at the album of the week. And I have it right here. I gave you the Easter egg last week of what it was going to be. But it is the 40th anniversary of Iron Fist. Of course, Motorhead of the boys. I love me some Motorhead. You guys know that. But it does come with a live show, studio outtakes, demos, things like that. Live show from Glasgow Apollo, 1982, and Iron Fist is one of those albums that's kind of just there in the Motorhead catalog. Some people absolutely love it, some people hate it. It's somewhere in the middle for me. I definitely don't hate it. I don't hate anything. Bad Lemmy is still good Lemmy to somebody like me. But this was one of those kind of transitional albums for me. It just didn't have, it wasn't the Ace of Spades. It just was kind of there. But man, this sounds clean. It sounds a lot cleaner. And anytime I get to hear some unreleased stuff, I'm all in on that. That's always an exciting day as well. So I spun through it one time real quick. As I'm journeying to South Dakota, I'm planning to listen to this on loop as I'm going up there preparing for work. But you got to get all these Motorhead reissues. It's always a good day with some new Motorhead albums out there. So there you go. So now we're going to dive into a couple other things. Of course, I talked about the Patreon early. It's the best way to support the channel, as you guys know, but you get bonus content, exclusive content, monthly giveaways, pizza reviews, dog stuff. There's a lot going on the Patreon, as I always say. And it is a new month of the Patreon. So I always appreciate you guys supporting the Patreon. Of course, I will have a giveaway video for September up on Patreon here. Probably Wednesday of this week when I get back from South Dakota. Maybe Thursday. Somewhere in there. It'll be up there. But we, of course, got the October giveaway in Halloween month. Of course, October. It's the spooky season. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to do 2 Patreon giveaways for the month of October. So if you're a Patreon member, you guys know, follow the rules. There's different tiers, things like that. But I'm going to do some giveaways. The first giveaway is going to be a little wrestling giveaway, and it makes a lot of sense for October. It is mask season. It is face paint season. We got the new Top Picks Rey Mysterio, and we got the Greatest Hits Rey Mysterio. We're going to give these guys away. If you're a member of the Patreon, you will be your name in the hat to get both these Rey Mysterios. Like I said, perfect for the Halloween season right there. So we got Rey Mysterios too. The other giveaway, and it kind of transitions into weekly purchases here, is I found both of these on clearance this week for $6.89, I want to say it is. Flying Fist, He-Man, Terror Claws, Skeletor. Why not? I said, why not? I'm going to pick these up. Of course, I already have 2 of these in my own collection, but I picked these up for giveaways for the Patreon. So it really does fit. Skeletor, he's a spooky guy, so he fits in the October giveaway. So 2 chances to win this month over there on the Patreon. So good luck to you guys, and thank you for the Patreon support. It does mean a lot, as you guys know. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. We got a big week of pickups this week here for weekly purchases. Actually, it's a 2-tiered one, as we got to have 2 waves of pickups, and it's very wrestling heavy this week. That's just the way it kind of shakes out from time to time. But without further ado, let's start it off. And let's start off with the Lucy portion. Oh, yes, the Lucy portion. You'll see me unbox these shortly on the channel here. We've got Sammy Guevara. We got Red Velvet. We got Bryan Danielson. We've got one of the greatest figures of all time in this Kenny Omega. I absolutely love it as I knock his glasses off. We got Shawn Spears, and we've got, of course, the LJN edition Darby Allin. AEW Unmatched Series 5. Those did come through the door this week. Via Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But very happy to get these out of the package. Stay tuned for the unboxings, of course. So we do have that. I do have an interesting one from the Jakks Legends of the Ring line. For whatever reason, I never picked these up, but I did get a loose set. Still on the look for an in-package set, but it is the TNA Sting Hulk Hogan 2-pack. Of course, this is the bloody version of Hulk Hogan. Very cool to get a bloody figure, as you guys know. But a little Sting, a little Hulkster through the door this week. Can't beat that one, so I'm happy to have those in the collection. Like I said, on the lookout for a mint copy. I'm trying to be a double-up club in those Legends. Very close to finishing that set off. How about this one? Was it Jakks Classic Superstars? Gosh, it's going to 27, 26, something like that. It is the Iron Sheik. I did get him loose at a steal of a price, and I said, you know what? The one I was going to unbox, I will sell that, get my money back, and plus a little bit more to fund some of this stuff. So I did pick up the old Iron Sheik, and this is a sleeper. This is the #1 sleeper Iron Sheik figure of all time. One of these days we'll do a top 5 Iron Sheik, maybe a top 10, and that one will be on the list. Spoiler alert right there. So very interesting with that one. We continue on. If you guys saw my figure hunt video this week, of course I did go to a toy show, and I found the steal of all steals. Yes, I did. What did I find for $8? Well, I found Jakks Classic Superstars Ming. Now, I did find one of these loose 4 years ago, 5 years ago for $3. Well, we're just going to consider inflation, so I did get him for $8. But if you guys look at the sold listings on this guy, I think the last one on eBay sold loose for $150. So that's a pretty good turn on the profit right there. I will be able to probably sell this guy. I don't think I'll be selling for 150 bucks, but I'll cut somebody a deal, but a very good way to make some money to buy some other figures is what that one is. Got to find a deal every once in a while, those toy shows. And then this one I really needed. Now, the body is a little bit of a beater, but the head is in perfect condition, and I have been playing the long game for maybe 5 years on this one. Now, if you guys remember the Retro Fest Shawn Michaels figure, the GameStop exclusive, they released Rocker Shawn Michaels, but no Marty Jannetty to match. Well, I got an extra one of those Shawns. I said, one of these days, I'm going to get a Marty Jannetty head. I'm going to hopefully find the Mattel one, maybe cheap, which never happens. That's a hard one to find. Or I'll get the Jakks Classic Superstars one day. Well, finally found one loose. Finally found one at a decent, good price of $8. So Marty Party is hitting it up. We're rocking and rolling. We're strutting and strolling. And I'm going to pull this head off, and I'm going to finally put it on that Mattel Elite. Can't wait to do that. So that really does feel really good when you cross something like that off your list. Just a great time. So I got Marty and Ming for a total of $16. Got to get a deal all day long. We continue on with some more Jakks Class Superstars. Little loose one. Once again, the 1 of 3,000 Edge. I found a deal on this. Very, very good deal on this. I said, now I don't have to open the one I was going to open. I can sell that, get some money back. You guys know how it goes. Fund some of these other purchases. But I did get the Edge loose. Of course, comes with the coat, everything else. Very, very cool Edge figure. 1 of 3,000 from the Classic Superstars line. And then another Classic Superstar. A lot of Lucy's this week. I did get JYD, Mr. Thump himself. I want to say Jakks Class Superstars 26, 27, something like that. JYD in the red, so happy to have him in the collection as well. Picked him up, and then it's kind of a JYD theme here, as I did pick up something that has eluded me for a long time, and I've never actually seen one of these, or I should say I've never owned one. I never had a friend that owned one, so this is the first time around the sun here, and we're talking LJN. We're going all the way back to the LJN days. Of course, you guys know I have a complete LJN set. I got a lot of the variants, but not all of the variants, but I finally picked up one of the variants that have eluded me. Finally got a really good cost that I couldn't pass up, so I did pull the trigger this week, and I got JYD LJN, but the red chain edition. So, of course, I have the gray chain edition, the silver-colored chain, but now I have the red chain. Now, there's a debate on the gray and silver chains, if they're different or what's going on, but the red is clearly different. Very happy to have him off my LJN variant list that I guess I was looking for. One of those fun things when you're playing that long game, you're just waiting for a time. When's it going to show up? When's it going to show up? Finally does. Finally is a good price. And bam, you knock it out. And you get to clear that from your searches. It's just a wonderful day. So I've had a lot of things that I've been playing the long game on the last couple of weeks come up. So truly, what a time to be alive moment right there. Very, very cool. And we're going to continue on with a few more weekly purchases. A non-wrestling weekly purchase. Once again, another long game item. This usually only sells for $20 to $30, but I was always looking for a deal. It wasn't at the top of my searches, but of course I was at the toy show. If you watched the figure hunt video this week, what did I stumble across but the She-Dragon, I almost said the Sea Dragon, She-Dragon with Mohawk. So this is the Mohawk edition. Of course I have the long hair edition. This is the variant Mohawk one. Very happy to get this one off. So now I am totally done on my Savage Dragon figures. All good there. Have that in my collection. And only $10. Once again, gotta get a deal. Gotta get a deal. All right, we continue on. My old buddy Sambro, I bought these from him. I'm not a micro brawler guy, but I guess I kind of am because I got all those Ric Flair micro brawlers. Well, this was in the new crate, so I figured, I better get this one too just to be with all of them. So I got the new Ric Flair micro brawler right there. Happy to have that. Then I did get this one as well at a good price, a decent price. I did get the referee from the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Now, I have a set of these on card, none loose, but I am planning on opening this one. I already have this mint on card, but I said, you know what? This one would display perfectly with the new Walmart exclusive Superstars line. They don't have a referee. They need a referee. I'm going to stick him in there. Maybe we'll unbox this on the channel because I'm interested. I've never held one of these figures in my hand to see the articulation, how it feels, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might do an unboxing of him here in the next couple of weeks or so. So stay tuned for that. And then we got one little extra set before we jump into round 2 of weekly purchases. And of course, this one comes from Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But I did get the new Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar. I got my minty one right here. And I got my minty Ultimate Warrior as well. So I got the 2 Ultimate Editions I was needing. I'm probably going to need to pick up one more Warrior. I think I'm going to display both versions of him. One without makeup, one with makeup. And then I have to have one on card as well. But got Warrior, got Brock via Ringside. And then you guys saw me unbox this on the channel. And I think I forgot to mention it earlier. I did unbox this on the channel this week, or last week as well. It is the Mattel Creations exclusive Macho Man Randy Savage from the New Generation ring. I unboxed. I have a loose one, have a mint on card one as well. So double up club on the Ultimates. We're going to talk a little bit about that tomorrow, about the new Ringside Collectibles exclusive Kane plus Ring Ultimate Edition. That's going to be a conundrum. Yes, a conundrum for us Double Up Club members. I'm going to break that down. I'm going to give you my business thoughts on that. And it's not all good. It's not all bad. We're going to talk it. We're going to dissect it. We got a ton of action figure news tomorrow. So like I said, stay tuned to the channel for that. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let me clean up. Let me come back with round 2 of weekly purchases. All right, let's finish it up with round 2. And you guys know what they say. A chase a week keeps the doctor away. Yes, that is true. It does. And this week, I blew it away. I wanted to keep the doctor away for a heck of a long time. As I did get some AEW chases this week. Just call me the chase collector, I guess. Finally got the Mr. Brody Lee Chase Edition from the Unmatched line. There's old Mr. Brody Lee right there. Got his chase version this week. Also picked up the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There it is. Now, this is probably the laziest exclusive I've seen out of Jazzwares so far, and my hunch is we'll see some more of these if we know track records. I always say, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Well, we've seen stuff like this before, but we did get the other Mr. Brody Lee right there. And I guess I did join the Dark Order unofficially this week, as I did get Anna Jay as well. One of the cheaper editions of these Chase and Rare Edition figures, of course. Anna Jay not setting the world on fire, and a decent one, though, a decent one. So I did get Anna Jay, and then, of course, the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. So we're getting after some of these Chase Rare Editions. I don't know. I keep going back. Do I need to be a completionist? You guys know I said there's no way. After about Series 4, I think I said, there's no way anybody can be a Double Up Club member of this. There's nobody that's ever going to have enough room for these figures. Then I said to myself, maybe I'll be a completionist on these Chase Rare Editions. And then I said, well, guess what? Anna Jay, I'm not going to spend $100. Because you know when they first come out, they're over $100. I don't like Anna Jay that much to warrant her paying over $100 for her. So as we see with a lot of these guys, they do come down in price. Once their series is over, it's moved on a little bit. They're not the shiny new toy. They start to drop in price pretty good. Of course, you wait a couple of years after that, they start to rise again. That's just the nature of action figure collecting. But I've been swooping in, picking up some of these at a cheaper price point than they originally were. But there's still a few I do need. I know I need like that Matt Hardy. I'm trying to think. I have Series 1, 2, 3. I think Matt Hardy. Gosh, there might be one other one. So I'm pretty close to complete, but I don't know. Is it something I want to be complete on? I don't know. There's going to be so many figures coming, as we do know with the AEW brand. We'll just have to see. We'll just play it by ear. How about? There you go. But 4 chases this week. How about that? What a week. All right, now we go. I got my ringside order right before I started filming these. I did place an order at ringside. They have an Extreme Rules discount sale going on. A lot of deep clearance cuts going on. So I said, you know what? There's a few things I've been playing the long game on. A few things I need for other reasons. Figured, you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger, and that's exactly what I did. Go over there, and you can save an additional 10%, as you guys know, if you use discount code Kyle. But I did get a few things. I did get Indy Hartwell. She's up there for just Walmart Target price. So I said, what the heck? I'll do that. I'll get her all day long. So that's what I did. I got Indy Hartwell. Very good to have her first time in the line. I did pick up another Miz. I said, what the heck? I figure I could do a custom with this eventually. This is a good figure for a custom, that Miz figure. So more to come on that one eventually. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but bought it for a rainy day. Maybe the possible biggest steal. If you guys saw my unboxing of the Survivor Series wave, of course we talked about AJ Styles, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, we know. He did come with the Polly Pocket Raw shirt, and it kind of irked me a little bit because I said last year in the Survivor Series line, Drew McIntyre got the Raw shirt. Well, I started poking around. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to one of these places. I'm going to get a third-party Raw shirt, and I'll put it on that AJ. I'll right the wrongs there. Then I looked over at ringside. They have this Drew McIntyre for $5. $5. That's just for the shirt alone. That is worth it. I actually needed an extra set of these knee pads, so I'm just going to take the shirt, take the knee pads, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the figure. But $5, you cannot beat this over at ringside, especially if you need a shirt for your AJ. I'd pick that up all day long, and twice on Sunday. So there you go. Got to get a deal. Picked up the old Cowboy Donald Cerrone in a weak moment. I think he was like $5 as well. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I really do like how these figures feel in hand. I do wish the AEW Unmatched Unrivaled figures felt like these UFC figures. They feel a lot more sturdy, but a really cool one. I said, you know what? Maybe I'll do something with this. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just use the cool cowboy hat eventually in my travels. But for, $5, I felt like I couldn't go wrong. The American flag could always be used for something. There's a lot out of this that's worth $5 to me. So Donald Cerrone coming to the channel. I don't know if I'll unbox him or not. I don't think anybody's interested in that. But there it is. I did pick up some more basics. That's usually when these deep sales go. That's when I swoop in and I get my basics. I don't like to pay full retail for basics when I don't have to. I did get this one, this Damian Priest from many years ago. I think he was like $4 and some change. And the reason I bought him was for the taped ribs. And I'm going to give him to my Diamond Dallas Page. Of course, there was a basic Diamond Dallas Page back in the day, a fabulous figure. But I'm going to put this wrist tape. How about waist tape? The tape around his stomach. I'm going to put that on that DDP figure. Once again, not sure what I'm going to do with that Damian Priest. But I figured for $4, it's worth it for the accessory alone. I did get this Natalya, always intriguing to see Natalya, and I did get her on deal from the damaged pile, so she's got some tears in it. One of the greatest deals Ringside does for open box collectors like myself, they got the damaged section of their website. You could save a couple of bucks. You're going to open them anyways. Why not use the damaged ones? All in on that. Gosh, we got so many basics here. We'll probably have to do a basic unboxing. We do those from time to time on the channel, so stay tuned for that as well. Just a couple more things here, some more basics. $10, I got the original or regular version of Tamina. It's been a long time since we got a Tamina figure. Happy to have this. I will get the Chase eventually. Maybe I'll see it in the store. Maybe it'll be on sale at Ringside. But I'm okay with just this one for now. So got Tamina, and then very coincidental, Candice LeRae. Of course, she came back to Raw this week, or debuted on Raw this week, I should say, as she was in NXT before. Partners with Indy Hartwell as well, but she was like $7 on Ringside, $7.99, something like that. And I said, what the heck, why not? I'll pick this up. Not the best figure. They haven't really done Candice LeRae too much justice yet. I wish she would go back to that blonde hair look she used to have. Maybe one day. But we got Candice through the door. And then the final piece of the puzzle, I ended up picking up this HBK, old Shawn Michaels. Of course, it does come with the Paul Ellering Build-A-Figure piece. You can see the waist and the legs there. Now, $17.99 for this on the Ringside sale. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But what I said here is, I need to build another Rick Rude, but I want to do it as cheap as possible. Well, we know a lot of those Rick Rude parts we've had in other Build-A-Figure lines. So I could have bought another AJ Styles, could have bought one of these other guys. I guess I do have to buy AJ for the chest piece, but I didn't want to buy another Becky or Drew McIntyre because they're like $27.99, $25.99. Well, these legs work, and it's only $17.99 on Shawn Michaels. So I can pull these out, and I can probably get $10 back for this Shawn Michaels. So kind of working the system a little bit, but you got to get a deal where you can, save money where you can, and I got to build that Rick Rude. So I do need the chest piece from the AJ Styles, but once I have that, I have some old arms, I think from one of the other Build-A-Figures, probably Paul Ellering. So I have the arms, I have the head, I have the legs, I just need the chest now. So hopefully I can find a cheap chest used, or maybe I'll just have to break down and buy another one of those AJ Styles. We'll see what happens, but happy to get that here today, and I want to look around, make sure I didn't miss anything. Does not seem that way. So an interesting week of weekly purchases here. Like I said, stay tuned tomorrow. We got a lot of recap toy news. We have tons of wrestling news this week, tons of miscellaneous news, and then Hasbro PulseCon going on. We're going to have Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, you name it. There's going to be a lot of stuff, so it might be a full hour of reveals, discussion, things like that. We're going to break down the new ringside exclusive Kane figure. There's going to be a lot of talking in that, so look out for that video tomorrow. Of course, it's just your by the numbers pickups for the weekly purchase. So special week, a two-part weekly purchases. But what did you pick up this week? What did you find out there in the wild? What did you get online? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. You made it this far, you might as well. It does help the channel, as you guys know. Subscriptions to the channel also helps. Hitting the old notification bell so you don't miss a video. I've talked about it in a few videos lately. There's a lot of people that say, Kyle, when are you going to review this? When are you going to review this? I get a lot of messages on that. And I think a lot of you guys don't hit the notification bell, and maybe you miss some of these reviews. As I know it's tough to keep up. I'm putting out like 2 to 3 reviews every single day. I get it. It's a lot to keep up to, and not everything translates over. Not all you guys like to watch the Star Wars videos, but I think some of you guys are missing the videos. And if you just search my name, usually if you search Kyle Peterson, plus whatever video you want to watch, pop that into your YouTube search bar. It'll probably pop up for you. You know what I collect. I'm going to review it all. That's just the way we do things over here. But check that out. And best of all would be hitting the notification bell. That way it pops up, hits your memory bank, and you can watch it at your own convenience or watch it right then. There you go. So make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell like I always say. Don't forget about the Patreon, link in the description below. Early access to videos, bonus content, exclusive content, pizza reviews, dog stuff, monthly giveaways, a lot going on in the Patreon, and best of all, it does support the channel, as I always say, and you can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and then don't forget to follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend, heading in a car in about 2 days up to South Dakota to Iron Maiden. So if you're at the Iron Maiden show, look me up, say, hey, what's going on, Kyle? Because I'll be there somewhere, probably on the floor most likely. But look me up if you are going to that show. Until then, I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend.